Hey YouTube, Horrorland14 here today, and I actually have time, so I decided to do the promised review that I do on the Jeepers Creepers series. But first off, I realized something. I thought I was completely done reviewing the Nightmare on Elm Street series, but I forgot I had the remake to review. And what I decided is, for now on, like, I haven't reviewed, well, wait. Alright, for now on, when I review a series, I'm not going to review the remakes. I'm only going to review the original movies. Like, for example, the Friday the 13th series, once I get reviewing that series, since I own them all now, I'm only going to review those. I'm not going to review the Friday the 13th remake, and whenever I get a chance to do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which will probably be a while, because I only own 2 of the movies that are, like, God knows how much. But when I get to that part, I'm not going to review the remakes. Only the original movies first. Like, basically, I'm not really going to review the remakes in series. At least not when I'm reviewing the... Okay, let me restart. This is getting confusing. When I review a series, take Friday the 13th, for example. Like I said, I'm going to review the original movies. And this is what I decided. I'm just going to review the original movies. And then the remake, I won't review. I'll set that aside for like some other day. So basically what the remake is for is when I run out of like reviews to do on certain horror series, then I start reviewing different remakes. So basically my reviews on remakes of horror series are basically like backup movies to review on if I ever run low. It won't be too long though, like probably once I'm done with the Jeepers Creepers series, which will be today, I'll be done with. After that, I'm probably gonna do probably the Amityville Horror series. Although I don't have them all, I only have the first 3, but I'm just gonna review those ones. But after that, then I might do the Friday the 13th remake, because I still have a lot of movies to watch to be able to review. I know this sounds confusing, but I'm not going to review remakes when I do horror series reviews. I'm not going to do the remake. I'll save that for some other time, because those aren't the main film, you know, it's just a remake. But here we go. I just wasted 2 minutes trying to explain that. I don't know why it was so hard. But, let's get started. So, this is definitely a series I like, especially number 1. And I got these both from FYE. When I first saw these movies, well, actually, when I first saw this movie, I was like 12 years old. I lived in Florida still, not in Minnesota like I am now. Lived in Florida, and I watched it on Netflix. I watched the first one, and like, I don't know, like I really liked it. Like I fell in love with it. Although, like for some reason, whenever I went to the store with my mom, being just like a 12-year-old, like she would let me get horror movies, but whenever I try to offer this one, she would just shake her head no. So I never understood that. But a few weeks back, or a month and a half or 2 back, when I went to FYE, and now that I'm older, when I brought these movies up, she okayed it. You know, she realizes that I'm old enough to handle it. So I finally got this series, and while I was at it, I was just going to buy this one because it's the only one I saw. But then I saw number 2, and I was like, well, maybe I should get it just to see it. So I got to watch number 2 now. So it took me like 2 years just to watch number 2. But I finally watched all of them, and I have both of them. So a very small series. If I'm correct, this is all, but I do like this series, I'll be honest. Mainly this one. So let's get started. So the first Jeepers Creepers movie. Basically, what happens is there's this brother and sister, and they're both older and in college, and, what I believe, the sister, there was like a break. I think it's like spring break or summer break, and the sister's already been home for a while during break, but now her brother's coming back from college, so his sister drives out to pick him up, and they're both on a road trip going back home to their parents. And while they're on the road trip, they experience road rage from the main character, in the Jeepers Creepers series, like the bad guy. They experience road rage from him. He's like honking the horn and like speeding up, trying to pull them off the side of the road. He's just like going crazy, and they don't know what the hell is his problem. They try to, like they get in this little like crazy thing, like they don't know what the hell to do. So they finally just pull out all the way on the side of the road, like into the grass, and then he just speeds up. And then later on in the road trip, they pass like this old house with like a church next to it, or actually I think it was just a church. There it is. And then there's like this well thing, and they see the guy with his old rusty truck parked there, and they see what they think is bodies that he's tossing in the well, and it is bodies. And they start to get freaked out, and his brother's like, well, what if one of them is still alive? We can save them. Unfortunately, though, when they are passing by and they saw what the guy was doing, the guy noticed them, and so they sped up and tried to like get out of there real quick. And meanwhile, the guy like got his business done. He was gonna come after them, but then they somehow, without getting him on their case yet, they went back to that place, and they're gonna try to see if there's anyone alive. So the brother had his sister hold him by the shoes while I looked down the well, and he fell in. And that's when they noticed like all these like dead bodies and stuff. And he finally got out, and they got creeped out, and like they're gonna drive to the nearest town to call the police. And that's when they started getting stalked by this guy, or not a guy, it's like a monster. And then he just started coming after them. And then there's this old lady that told them all about him. And like she said, whenever you hear this song that's like Jeepers Creepers, like on the radio, it means run. And it's a pretty catchy song. Well, yeah, I just gave you like full info right here, but it was pretty good, like it's not scary, but it's definitely scary, and it's like really cool. And I don't know, I get this feeling of like such a classic horror movie when I watch this. So yeah, definitely recommend it, and I definitely what is the word? Encourage you guys to check it out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, a scale from 1 to 10, I'd rate it a 9. It's a pretty solid film. The camera's good, the acting's good, everything's pretty good with this one. So that's that. And now it's already 7 minutes in, so I'm gonna try to be quick. Then there's Jeepers Creepers 2. He Can Taste Your Fear. I wasn't a real big fan of this one, to be honest. I definitely think they could have done way better, and that the way they took this movie was really stupid in a way. But it was somewhat creative and somewhat interesting. But basically, the characters in the first one, they're long gone, and the brother, apparently he's dead from the first one. And so it's been like a while now, but finally it's time for the Scarecrow guy to come back to life and start, killing. It's that time of the year where he's hungry and he just like eats people and kills people. And so it starts off where he's a scarecrow in a cornfield, and there's like a country family, the dad, older son, and little son. The little son's out there by the corn thing, just checking out the scarecrows for his dad, when he notices this one moves. And then when he notices that, like, he finally comes alive, and I think the little boy, from what I remember, gets chased by this guy, and like eventually, like, the little boy starts screaming, and the dad and the older son like run out there, but it's too late. This guy had took his son with his claws, like some kind of eagle grabbing a bird, and just like flew off. And that's how it started off. And then so basically just showing he's free. And then you won't see any of those characters from the original movie till late, from the beginning opening. You won't see any of the farm characters in the beginning of this film until later on in the movie. So basically it then goes on to like a bus of, I believe, mainly football players for the high school, and a couple cheerleaders and some coaches, and they're coming back from a game, and they're going down the highway, and that's when like tires pop, and they find one of the weapons of this guy. And then this guy like basically is after the people on the bus, and he like tries to kill them one by one, just like kill them off. And then that's when the the farm people come into play. The older son and the dad who had their little kid killed by this guy. They have like they're out to find this guy, the Scarecrow, and try to kill him. And they come and try to rescue some of the high schooler kids. So yeah, that's basically it. I know I'm giving like full detail of these movies, but yeah, that's that. That's basically what it's about. This one, and then I told you what this one's about. But you know, this one, like, the filming was good. The actors weren't too bad, I guess. Like, they're pretty good, to be honest. But I didn't, when I was watching this, it just didn't seem like a Jeepers Creepers movie, to be honest. Like, it was nothing like the first one. So, like, I don't know, I guess I came into it really open-minded, which wasn't good. Like, I thought, oh, dude, the first one was awesome, this one's gonna be even better, or, like, something like that. Like, I had high hopes for it, and I don't know, I just got let down. Like, it wasn't as good as I expected it. I guess, like I said, it just didn't feel like I was watching Jeepers Creepers. It felt like some kind of crazy sci-fi shit or something. It definitely wasn't really scary at all, and I think that they should have at least stuck more to the original number one, like, instead of just going off with some separate story. But that's my point. You know, that, like I said, though, the acting wasn't bad, the filming wasn't bad. It wasn't a completely bad movie. So if I had to rate this from a 1 to a 10, you know, I'd just rate it a 6, because it isn't horrible, but it's not the best. So yeah, that's my review on these, and yeah, thanks for watching. From the looks of it, I have a lot of free time today, so I'm probably gonna do a review on maybe the Amityville horror series today from 1 to 3. I'm just gonna do each one. Well, I'll figure it out. Whether I'll do them all at once or probably all at once. Yeah. Well, later tonight. But if you haven't checked out my other videos, please check out the review on Freddy vs. Jason and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you later, YouTube.